Bonjour! Bonjour!
No. Time for bladder check. Check.
So it's a show?
It's a lifestyle.
It's a religion.
My emotions! My emotions!
I'm still French.
Ouais, c'est pas faux.
I'm a woman, Mary. I can be as contrary as I choose.
Non, moi je crois qu'il faut que vous arrêtiez d'essayer de dire des trucs.
Hello! Hi, I'm Laura. I'm gonna watch My Hero Academia Season 8, Episode 2. We're back, guys, for this Season 8, for this final season of My Hero Academia. The fact that it's the final season, I'm not sure that we're ready for realizing that, you know, for processing that idea and for really saying goodbye to this show, to these characters at some point. I swear, I'm not prepared, you're not prepared. It's the episode 2, you know, of this final season. If you didn't watch my reactions and my thoughts to the first episode, I'm gonna put the link into the eye for it. I'm gonna put the link also for the playlist that I made for My Hero Academia, because in case you don't know it, I binge watched it entirely. All of the seasons, all of the OVAs, all of the movies, and you can find all of my reaction videos on that playlist with all of the videos into the chronological order, if you can be interested by that. I made a playlist at the same time on my Patreon, and on my Patreon you have big advantages, you know. During all of this binge watching, you had episodes of advance. Right there for this final season, you have 1 day of advance. And the big advantage that you have, in fact, it's the fact that I put the 4 reaction part, my reactions and my thoughts, to the entire episode in full opacity, and it's with the level 3 on my Patreon. Right there on YouTube, what I'm forced to do for this season 8, what I didn't do for the previous seasons, but what I'm forced to do for this season 8, it's the fact that right there on YouTube you're gonna find the intro and review, but for the reaction part, it's through a link into the description. On that link into the description, the reaction part that you have is still respecting the fair use rules. It's not because I'm forced to do things like that to not have my videos blocked, but also my channel in danger. It's not because of that, you know, that I don't want to respect the fair use rules, to still play fair with the studios, with everything, like really to respect the fair use rules. So here on YouTube, intro and review, reaction part for YouTube into the description, still respecting the fair use rules, meaning that it's a certain amount of the episode, it's with cuts, it's playing with the opacity. And if you really want everything, my reactions and my thoughts to everything in full opacity and in advance, it's on my Patreon. Again, level 3 on my Patreon. It functioned for the episode 1. I was afraid, you know, that maybe it wouldn't work. It functioned. So normally it's cool. I mean, it functioned, but at the same time, I'm ghosted by YouTube since a while now, so not a lot of people saw my reaction video about it. Maybe it's gonna come with time when more people are gonna know that that's it, the season 8 is out. Like, we'll see about it. For those of you who don't know it, I also reacted to the first season of My Hero Academia Vigilance. We have a spin-off, you know, for this universe. So again, if you want to watch my reaction videos about it, I'm gonna put the link into the eye, and remember that you have all of this playlist as well on my Patreon. All of that introduction being said, about what we have right now into the anime, I knew it. I was right. It has been seasons. Listen to me, it has been seasons, and I'm so glad that you have the proof of it with my binge watching of My Hero Academia that I did months ago. You can see that I predicted that Stain would intervene during this final season at some point to save one of our guys, and the fact that he's intervening for All Might, it's so meaningful, it's so symbolic, it had to be like that. Stain, his character, you know, how he was introduced, how he was presented, his background, but also his principles, value, what was happening with that character. It's really the fact that for him, superheroes were not making the job right, he didn't trust superheroes, and that's why, you know, he began to do illegal stuff and to kill a lot of them. Like, for sure, he went too far with that idea, and for sure, he did a lot of bad and illegal things. But at the beginning you know, his ideas were not bad. Like, I found myself, you know, in the past, not defending the character, but defending his ideas because of that. I knew that with time, because of his few interventions, he would come back, because each time, you know, he could see that, oh guys, deku, all of these kids, they were different, acting differently, and he saw also that some of the adult superheroes, they were different, they were trying to do really the good stuff, and for All Might, who is representing, you know, the best superhero that we ever had into this universe, for sure it was important for Stain to see that All Might deserved, you know, his help for sure, but was different and was not like all of what he thought. So really to have Stain intervening to help All Might, it's meaningful, it's symbolic, it's so cool, you know, for his character, for the development of Stain's character, it means so much. So I'm glad that I was right about that, you know, that he would intervene. I'm glad about how it happened and for whom it happened, for All Might, helping All Might. Because really, All Might, I had that other theory before beginning this season about the fact that we might lose All Might during this season, this final season. I have that theory since a long time for shows, movies, and again, if you watched my entire binge watching of My Hero Academia, you know it. For me, mentors, they have to die or to disappear at some point for the hero to shine on their own. I thought seasons ago that All Might would die. In fact, he lost his powers, and because of that I was like, maybe in fact he doesn't need to die, just that it's enough, he's gonna disappear. Right there, to have him intervening himself, you know, to fight the master and being so ready to be killed, you know, to sacrifice himself. I really think that the guy is gonna die, again sacrificing himself, managing to kill the master, but because of that he's gonna die. And he's so ready for it. We had this entire moment about the fact that it's okay if I die because my light, you know, inspired other people who are gonna shine. We had this entire thing about it, so I'm scared of it. I'm scared that it's gonna happen during this first episode. I didn't think that it would happen so fast during the season, but now I'm like, it can happen during this episode, in fact, maybe, for All Might to die. And I'm clearly not prepared for that. Even if I'm predicting it, you know, since a long time, I'm not ready for it. So that's why I'm glad also that Stain is gonna intervene, because maybe Stain can avoid that. At least that's what I want, that's what I hope. Let's go guys, let's go for this episode. Remember that if you're on my Patreon, on which you can have these reaction videos for this entire season one day earlier, you have them with the full reaction part, my reactions and myself to the entire episode in full opacity with the level 3. And right there on YouTube, remember that you have the intro and the review, but the reaction part, it's through a link into the description. Let's go guys for this episode! I'm gonna take a break and then I will come back to you for the review. Like right there, my emotions, I'm right there, you know, they are right there, my emotions. And they are blocking my throat because of that. This entire episode, it's almost like the writers, they read into my mind. They read, you know, into the mind of all of the viewers, in fact, because I think that I'm not the only one who guessed that Stain would come back. Like, it was so logical with the development of his character during this entire seasons. Yes, all of that thing about heroes, I killed heroes because they are not worth it, they don't deserve to be heroes. You, All Might, you need to be the one to kill me at some point. The fact that right there, Stain intervenes to protect and help All Might, it's so symbolic and all. It's also because of the fact that he wants for All Might to stop him at some point. So I guessed it, it's happening. I didn't think that Stain would get killed like that so quickly, so easily, you know, by the master. It's so unfair for this character to disappear like that, because for me he deserved not something better. Like, I don't think that he deserved a redemption pass, like he's not gonna get arrested, he's not gonna go in jail or anything like that. Like, no, he killed a lot of people, he did a lot of bad things. But one death like that, it's not okay, in the sense that he deserved better, and his death like that, it's already a big shock, and it's already making the moment awful. Like, fuck the writers, they don't want to give an honorable death to this character, because really it's happening so quickly, so easily for the master. It doesn't seem fair, you know. At least give me a battle, a real fight between Stain and the master, something, when really it's not happening at all. So it's so unfair, violent, and unexpected, you know, like that we don't have an honorable death for Stain. So after that, to have all of that preparation of All Might is gonna die, All Might is gonna die, we began the episode with him walking into heaven, looking behind him, you know, at his life, at all of these lights that he left, you know, behind him, representing all of the students, all of the people that he inspired, you know, the light that he had into him, that light of hope, that optimism, you know, everything it put into all of these people. He inspired so many people, and he's walking in heaven. Like, really, to begin the episode with that, I was like, what? He's gonna die right now during this episode? You know it, I said it during the intro. I'm afraid of All Might dying since seasons. I thought that it would have happened way earlier. But the fact that he lost his quirk, I was like, ah, but that's it. In fact, he doesn't need to die. Just, in fact, his mentor thing is disappearing because he doesn't have quirks anymore. So it's okay, he doesn't need to die because of that. When I saw that he was gonna get involved into this fight, I was like, okay, he's gonna die. He's gonna die during this season at some point. I didn't think that they would introduce this fight against the master so early into the season, and I didn't think that episode 2, they would make the entire episode 2 about, okay, All Might is gonna die. Because again, we have that thing at the beginning, him walking in heaven, looking at what he did into his life, inspiring so many people. We have all of these flashbacks with his mentor, with him being a mentor for Deku, with people watching him, you know, about to die and being afraid of it, some remembering the hero that he was, some remembering that at some point All Might saved them, all being like, he can't die, it can't happen, everything. The fact that we have all of that, you know, all of that preparation, that he's about to die, he's gonna die, we have Hercules, you know, coming back just for one single more action to protect him, but it's not enough. That was already a lot. When he was on the floor, I was like, okay, the master is focused on what is happening with Deku, go for it, like, really? Don't pay attention to All Might anymore, he's already on the floor, you don't need to finish him, in fact. When I saw him, you know, taking All Might like that, I was like, fuck, in fact, you really want to finish him? But then, when All Might turned himself, and that we had that moment again, like, is that crazy, you shouldn't, you know, underestimate him, I was like, that's it. Again, the writers are gonna give me what I predicted when I thought what would happen, you know, the fact that All Might is gonna sacrifice himself to kill the master, is gonna die and kill himself by the same occasion. It's gonna be an honorable, amazing death, way to die, to sacrifice himself and all. That's what I thought, I said it during the intro. So I was like, that's it, it's the moment. And in fact, no. Like, really, the master intervenes and stops that. So All Might can't even have that honorable death. I think that you saw it during the moment. It shocked me so much, it made me so sad and so mad that he can't have an honorable death. Already Stain couldn't have it right there, All Might. No, it's not possible. That was awful. And for Deku to watch everything and to know that he can't intervene, like really I felt what Deku could have felt, you know, during that moment. I need to intervene, I can't, so what can I do, all of that. So for being, you know, at what, 3 seconds of killing All Might for good, and suddenly having Bakugo reviving like that, looking at Deku like that, like, I know you, you know me, I know what I have to do, you know what you have to do, like what is happening. The fact that these two can speak so much just by looking at each other into the eyes, it's really like Bakugo saying to Deku, you stay there, you do what you have to do, me, I'm gonna do what I have to do. And the fact that maybe it's gonna be Bakugo, surely it's gonna be Bakugo intervening to help All Might, maybe to serve All Might, to be the one to kill the master, even, like, it would be wonderful. If Stain intervening and helping was meaningful and so symbolic, for sure it's even more the case for Bakugo, for all of the thing about the fact that Bakugo this entire time, you know, all of the story with All Might's card, with the fact that he was an inspiration, you know, for Bakugo, but Bakugo was acting like, you know, like he didn't care, when in fact he cared so much. And everything about it, like for Bakugo to be the one who is gonna intervene and save his hero, I can cry again just to think about it. For the next episode, I need to prepare tissues. I didn't prepare tissues for this episode. I had to make a little break, you know, of 1 second to catch my tissues. Like, I need to prepare my tissues for the next episode, because for sure we're gonna have more emotional moments, because we're gonna have Bakugo who just revived. Remember how we finished season 2? What happened with Bakugo? Into his heart to repump, you know, sacrificed, all of that. All of what happened. But it finished, you know. We knew that he didn't die, but we didn't know when he would wake up, be revived, be back with us. So the fact that right there is back with us during that moment, again, 3 seconds before All Might's death, it's epic, it's wonderful, it's too much for my emotions. Like really at the end I was in fetal position. The fact that I predicted since so long that All Might would die, I said during the intro, sure it's gonna happen during this season, but I said too soon this episode 2, and at the same time with how we are into the fight, it can happen. And still, even if I was that much prepared, because of the fact that they presented it like that, with the memories, with the thing about going in heaven like that, about all of the discussions, you know, internal discussions and everything, they got me so much. It proves that this episode was so well written, was such an homage to All Might's character, and that's why I was like, he's gonna die during this episode, because everything was so well written to be an homage, and really him sacrificing himself, having that honorable death, it would have been the top of an homage episode like that they wrote. For me, he was gonna die during this episode. Like, I was sure of it. To give me that hope at the end of the episode that no, Bakugo is gonna intervene and stop that, I want to kiss all of the writers. And Bakugo, for sure. Bakugo, give me a big hug right now. I need an hug. At some point I took my pillow, and with the stress, with everything, I made it fall. Did you see that? Oh fuck, what an episode! If the entire season is gonna be like that from now on, I'm not gonna survive. The first episode was a lot, but at least, you know, it was more action, you know, and fights than emotions, like right there. I swear I have still my throat, you know, that feeling when you want to cry, or you cried the difficulty, you know, the throat being like that. Tell me what did you think about this episode? Tell me that you are into the same state than me, please. I will to reassure myself with that. Okay, it's all for you and for me for today, so it's all for me for now. So bye for now. Bye. Boom. Bye.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me you built a time machine?
Great.